Hey guys, Brad Neely here, back with another video for you. This time I want to go through what you need to pack in your duffel bag to get ready for a wrestling duel or a wrestling tournament that you're going to officiate. First things first, obviously pack your uniform, okay? Now I want to go into that a little bit further as something that I always suggest to new officials and even veterans. Always make sure you have two of everything, okay? When you're going to go buy your shirt and your slacks and your socks and get everything that you need to officiate with, make sure you buy two of everything, okay? I cannot stress that enough, because in this sport we do so many things that we're up and down, we're constantly on the mat, we're constantly getting in different positions to make those calls and whatnot. We really put our clothes through a lot of stress, okay? Especially pants. I don't know how many times that I've seen it, and it's actually happened to myself, where you'll bust a seam. You'll have a zipper that breaks. You know, you'll have a pair of pants that you think are fine, and after you wear them a couple times, something will happen. And it's not a matter of if it happens, but when it happens. You'll have a shoe that just busts. It's happened to me. I've had a pair of pants that actually the zipper completely separated and busted and failed on me at the state wrestling tournament in Missouri. I was in the middle of a match, had a table worker come up and said, "Hey, Mr. Neely, I'm going to act like I'm talking to you about something important, but your zipper is completely open, your fly's open." And I'm sitting here going, "Oh crap, what do I do?" So I'm like, well, maybe I forgot to zip it up or whatnot. No, the zipper was all the way at the top. It had actually just separated. So what did I do? I finished the match. That's all you can do. I had a pair of black underwear on, some compression shorts, so it wasn't that noticeable. But as soon as it was over, I went to the locker room, changed in my spare pair of pants, came right back out, jumped right back in like nothing had ever happened. So make sure you buy two of everything, all right? Now, it may be a little expensive. Initially, you might have to shell out some cash, but the first time you call your first varsity duel or have a couple of tournaments, you know, under your belt, it pays for itself, okay? Those paychecks are going to pay for your uniform, so make sure you buy two of everything. So you got your striped shirt, you got your black pants. If they have belt loops, make sure you have a black belt. It looks more professional if you have a belt on, if your pants have belt loops. Black socks. Don't buy little short socks or the no-show or whatever. Get you a nice pair of longer socks. That way, if your pant leg comes up, it's not showing your bare skin. You still have something underneath it. Black shoes. Now, you can wear wrestling shoes. You can wear a black pair of, a tennis shoe. It doesn't matter. Whatever's more comfortable to you. Now, I will tell you, as you go on and you start doing these longer tournaments that are all day, you start to get a little bit older, you're going to want a nice pair of walking or running shoes that have some support in it, have a little sole in it. It'll save your legs and actually take some pressure off your back, when you get to that point. So make sure you have your shoes, okay? Now, also make sure you pack your whistle. And normally I carry two whistles with me everywhere. Same thing like I was talking about before. You'll have a whistle brake, you'll have a lanyard brake or whatnot. Make sure you have two whistles with you. Your wristbands, pack your flip disc for in between periods to determine who has choice. Make sure those are in there as well. Bring a towel, okay? After you get done officiating, we stress it to the wrestlers all the time about being clean, and so you don't have any body funk on you or anything like that when you're doing weigh-ins or whatnot. As soon as I finish calling and I'm done officiating, whether it be a duel that took 20 minutes or an hour or a tournament that took all day, 8 hours, as soon as I'm off the mat, I'm in the shower. So make sure you bring a towel with you, okay? I don't know how many officials don't bring towels, and I've always had to either they have to try to find one or they just try to air dry or whatnot. So bring a towel. The other thing that I always bring is the rule book. Make sure you have the rule book with you, okay? You're going to have coaches ask you questions. You may have a situation come up during weigh-ins that normally doesn't happen very often, and you may not recall the rule exactly how it's written or the casebook. So always have that with you in case the situation comes up. That way you can refer back to it, make a ruling, give the coach the correct information, or sometimes we'll discuss situations after weigh-ins with the other officials. We'll talk about a situation we had the week before, or a tournament where something occurred. we'll go through those situations, and then we'll look it up in the rule book, make sure that we made the correct ruling, and if not, it's there black and white on why we were wrong or why we were right. So make sure you bring the case book, make sure you bring the rule book. You don't have to have that with you when you're out on the mat. Leave it in the locker room, leave it in your duffel bag. Don't take it out with you on the mat at the scorer's table or anything like that. You don't need it out there, okay? The other thing that I always bring is we use Arbiter for our scheduling, and actually on our Misha website, we have a place where you can print out a business card. You can put your name, you can put your address, your phone number, and it actually has your official's registration number. That official's registration number in the state of Missouri is what the coaches use to evaluate you, to give you a rating. That goes back to the state, that carries into official selection for the state wrestling tournament at the end of the year. But if it's on a printed card or a piece of paper, it makes it so much easier for coaches to have that information that I'll give to them at weigh-ins and just hand it to the coach and say, hey coach, Brad Neely, here's my information, my official's number is right there at the bottom, and they appreciate that. They don't have to come to me for information later, and if they don't do the rating that night, the evaluation, if they're not looking at it for another 24 hours or so, they still have that readily available, okay? The other thing that you might want to pack is a bottle of water and maybe a granola bar, okay? If you're going to do a duel where the weigh-ins are at 4 o'clock, wrestling starts at 6, you're probably going to miss a meal, okay? You don't want to go out there on an empty stomach, work your butt off, and just be starving the whole time, because then you lose focus, all right? So right before I go out, I'll take a bottle of water, I'll eat a granola bar or something small, nothing that's going to make me super full or anything like that, just something small and to hold me over until that duel's over, and then I can get something to eat afterwards. So that's what I pack in my wrestling bag. Make sure you have duplicate of everything. If there's anything I missed, put it in the comments below, or what you guys put in your bags. Here before too long, I'll make another video. I'll actually show you guys what I use specifically in my wrestling bag. Hopefully that'll give you some ideas and give you some guidance on where to start from. So anyway, hope you have a good day. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe below, and I'll talk to you guys soon.